Hey, it's JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's December 15th, 2023. Looking out at from Roundhouse yesterday, looks like it did about November. And today we're looking at more dry and mostly sunny skies. There's going to be some high cirrus clouds kind of moving through the area, but not too much cloud cover, not as much as yesterday afternoon. Highs going to be upper 30s. Still have that upper level ridge in place that's bringing us this big area of high pressure, good weather. Tomorrow is going to be about the same, a little bit cloudier though, and it's going to be shifting more towards zonal flow. Our next chance of precip is going to be Monday through Wednesday, and that might be rain down in the valley floor. Temperatures are looking pretty warm with that. Looking at temperatures this morning, not as cold as yesterday. Valley floor is kind of it's in the 20s, and up in Stanley it is cold though. It's in the single digits up there. Mountain temperatures are inverted. It's in the upper 20s in the high mountains, but not as drastic as yesterday morning. Looking at the latest snowpack analysis, so this is just I find that this is usually underrepresenting how much snow is actually out there, but it's a pretty good benchmark to look at trends in the mountains. You can see the western sawtooths have the most snow right now, down towards Vienna, and kind of a swath going down the western Smokies here. And of course, there's snow in the Pioneers and the White Clouds, but not as much distribution as there is in the Sawtooths and Banner. Can't forget about Banner. And we got this little micro spot over here. Moores Creek is definitely kind of one of the winners with Banner and Skeleton and Trinity for snowfall on the grounds. So kind of a cool graphic to look at to see where the deepest base is right now to go ski, snowboard, and maybe snowmobile. I feel like kind of wrecking machine right now. Looking at the infrared or satellite imagery, we have this big high pressure ridge over us. There is a weak shortwave that's going to be coming across our area today, but no moisture associated with this. But when this develops into a low over here, that's going to bring us our next moisture. So looking ahead at the long-term forecast, it's pretty sad, honestly. The 6 to 10 days not looking good. We're looking below. This is our best chance here, our 8 to 14 day, which is December 22nd to 28. And looking at long-term forecasts, that looks like it's more into the later half of that. And we're in the near normal, so we have kind of a chance of either thing happening, being below or above. So cross your fingers for above. And with that said, let's look at the GFS. This is looking at the 500 millibar jet stream. We got a big ridge of high pressure overhead. This low is building over the coast of the Pacific, and that kind of starts to break down as it enters the coastline here. And this is going to be kind of our best chance of precip in the near term forecast is for Monday through Wednesday, and that's going to kind of that low pressure is going to break down as it goes across the mainland and just kind of send us these spurts of pretty low precip. We're talking like a couple inches to maybe 6 inches in some of the favorite areas. And that's over 3 days. So really not that big of a storm. Continuing on, have another closed low develop off the coast. It seems like that's kind of what happens with El Nino is you have these split jet streams where these closed lows get ejected down into the southwest and bring them more rain. And not really much going on until That 26, the 26th, the 28th I was talking about, kind of have this big area of energy heading in, and so kind of a westerly flow doesn't really hit us that hard, but any moisture right now would count. And that's kind of what that those long-term forecasts are hinting at. But we're looking at uh, 288 hours from now, which is, most forecasters, I think, call it fantasy land once we get into 160. So that's pretty far out at this point. But let's keep dreaming. So with that storm, you'd see pretty meager amounts, but the temperatures are going to be pretty warm. So the GFS is actually calling for cooler temperatures. Looking like it's going to be more 6 to 7,000 feet for the snow line, whereas the Euro is way higher. We're talking about maybe 7 to 8,000 feet higher, or 7 to 8,000 feet. So models aren't really in agreement with temperature, but they are pretty close to agreement with the amounts. Looking at some MBM models, so soldiers picking up a few inches over that 3-day period with about a quarter of an inch. Baldy's picking up like nothing out of this, maybe an inch. Dust on crust. Titus is doing a little bit better, maybe about 4 inches with 2/10 of an inch of water. That's not too much. Vienna is going to be one of those better spots to be at, up to 6 inches with 3/10 of an inch of water. Bench is a little bit less. Banner's looking a little bit better. 3/10 of an inch, about 5 inches by the end of it. And then this is the closest thing I could get to Moore's Creek, and you're looking at a quarter of an inch, and this is pretty low elevation where this is measured, so it's going to be all rain. So just kind of highlight Banner and Vienna. It look like they're going to be picking up the most amount of snow, but we're talking about a few inches, maybe up to 6 to 8 at some of the high points.